National Health were an English progressive rock from the Canterbury Scene uh, band from 1975 to 1980, and a couple of reunions since. So the Canterbury Scene was a particular flavour of prog rock that emphasised pastoral naivety, jazz fusion, and whimsical fantasy. And featured a revolving cast of characters who went in and out of the different bands with the different names, like nobody's business. And National Health was no exception to this. So at times, the band featured Dave Stewart, which is a different Dave Stewart to the Eurythmics, Steve Hillage, Bill Bruford, who was in Yes for a while, and Pip Pyle. So Wikipedia lists 13 different lineups, but they only released 3 albums. Hi, my name's Dan. So most of the reviews on this channel are me working from a list of the 3,000 greatest albums of all time, according to a website called Claim Music, who compiled this list from a whole load of other lists, and it's kind of like a big Metacritic thing, and I'm working my way from number 3,000. I'm nearly 800 through, and I'm heading up towards the if I ever get there. However, occasionally I step off that list, and so about 1 in 10 of my reviews are off-list reviews. Some of them I request reviews, so if you have an album that you have a request for me to review, I won't absolutely promise I'll do everything that I'm requested, but so far I've done most. So just to do that, just put a comment on any of the videos on my channel, and I should see it. I do some others, I do some new releases, but quite a few of the ones that I do are just ones that I like, albums that I've got that I want to review. And why not? It's my channel. I can do what I like. Thank you very much. So this is one that comes under the category of hidden gems. So a hidden gem album is one that I think is not going to be particularly well known by the general populace, but is an album that I like. And I have a kind of, just as an insight, if you wanted it, I've got quite a big list of these, and I randomly choose one from this list. So this is the one that's popped up. So this is the middle of the 3 albums by National Health, and I would quite confidently assert that this is prog rock, and Canterbury Scene prog rock at that. So having said that, though, a lot of the Canterbury Scene has got a kind of light feel to it. They have a tendency to go in for things like pixies and stuff about woods and, kind of pastoral kind of stuff. This doesn't have quite that same feel, and it's got a bit more of a darker feel to it. But that's really only in comparison to some of the other Canterbury Scene stuff. Actually, in some ways, it's kind of Canterbury-ish rather than full-on Canterbury, I would say. It is definitely prog, though. It's musically complex. We've got long tracks with several sections. We've got some odd sounds in here, quite a lot of use of orchestral instruments, melodic instruments, and things like that. There's quite a bit of jazz fusion feel in here. There's complex rhythms. There's extended chords. There's odd harmonies. It's prog. It's complicated, and it keeps changing. It's mostly instrumental. There is one track which is a song, and there's one track that has a spoken word section in it about the word numinous, which is interesting. The whole thing has a kind of otherness to it. I'm not really sure how to describe it better than that. It's slightly different to other things that I've heard. I can hear a lot of stuff, influences or similarities to other bands in here, but it is something in its own right, I would say. It's musically rich, and this is what I like. This is what I love about prog, is that it's complex and it's got all this stuff going on. So I would claim it's a great example of a lesser-known prog album. And if you're a prog fan, it's worth a go. If you want to know what the Canterbury Scene is about, this might not be the best introduction to it. If you want something that's, a decent kind of slab of prog that isn't Yes or Genesis or Pink Floyd, this is something that you can have a go at. Some people might find it inaccessible. I know not everybody likes prog, and that's okay. That's fine. I try not to make judgments about people based on the music that they like or they don't like. This falls down when I find fans of Baby Shark and things like that. But in this case, I'm not going to judge you if you don't like it. That's fine. But if you happen to like some of the better known prog bands like King Crimson, Gong, yes, Soft Machine in particular, then I recommend you give this a go because I think you might like this. So I like it quite a bit, which I think you've got that impression from this review. If you have anything to say about National Health, about the Canterbury Scene, about prog rock, about my t-shirt, anything you like, please do leave me a comment in the comments down there. And that's it from me for now.
Legs kick, death, pain. It's a shame to say you're such a bore today.